freelance jobs. Okay, now in this video, we want to talk about what jobs are common in freelancing. Since the only real difference between freelance and regular jobs is that one is contractual and one is temporary, you can really freelance in absolutely anything. However, at the present time, some are a bit more common than others. So what are they? Why don't we explore? Okay, so why don't we start with number one, which is programming and development. Now, programming is typically a temporary thing, as you're developing a website, an application, new software, games, all these sort of things. As part of the development process, you need to do requirements, you need to do coding, QA and testing, implementation, and then ultimately support. So many programmers are hired on a freelance basis, and this can be very lucrative for good freelancers since it's also a technical skill that not all have, and that means that they can get really good rates. Many will also take on higher upside and they'll actually start businesses based around whatever skill they have in this area. So this is something that every business needs, so it's very common for hiring. If you want to get into freelancing, this is a really easy one to do once you actually obtain the requisite skills. So you could build websites for companies, or you could develop their apps. You could build custom software for their processes. You could support their IT infrastructure. The list of possibilities is really endless for you in this field. A second common one is graphic design. Now, somewhat similar to development, businesses need people capable of making their content actually look good. Graphic designers might design websites or marketing materials. They might design logos. They might capture or alter photography. Again, this is a defined skill set, so many people are selling it project by project, and they're doing really well in a freelance capacity. Another common job is remote IT jobs. So since many business owners or managers, they lack the right technical skills, but they obviously need the help, people are offering support via freelance contracts. So people might provide network support. They might give advice and maintain best practices in cybersecurity. They might perform a system administrator function. Again, a very common job for those with IT skills, and it can be done on a non-permanent basis. Fourth is marketing. So this one is extremely common, and for freelancers, it's a really easy one to learn and get started in. So you might help businesses with search engines in terms of ads or how to improve their search engine rank. You might manage their social media accounts, or you might connect with customers online. You might write emails or other written correspondence to their customers. You might help them with their online reputation on review sites or other public forums. Every business needs to market themselves, and they need to improve that marketing in order to generate revenue. So if you want a job, this is a really easy one to get involved with. Since so much marketing is online these days, it's also easy to do remotely as well. Fifth is translation. So another common temporary job is to provide translation services. In today's global market, you have customers around the world, and you always want to take advantage of these revenue opportunities. So from a freelancer perspective, they're hired to translate things like books, like media, marketing materials, and really anything else. If you have fluency in multiple languages, this is a really easy one to get involved with because everyone could really use translation services to reach new markets. 6 is administration. So many companies need help with administration, and they don't always need to hire permanently in order to do it. So in an admin job, you might help people with event or meeting scheduling. You might track the books. You might do receipts or other financials. You might do basic jobs like data entry or research. People hire directly for these jobs, or maybe just hire an assistant to do them all. However, every company needs administration help, so it's another common and easy one to get started in. 7 is legal. So legal work is often temporary, so it's really common to actually freelance in. People need assistance in contract writing. They might have legal business questions on various topics or various jurisdictions, so they might just need a basic consultation. Other topics like intellectual property, tax, and regulation are common assistance points. So if you have a legal background, there's plenty of services needed on a freelance basis. Number 8 is writing. So every business wants to create content that reaches its stakeholders. So there are many jobs in copywriting, editing, journalism, or content generation. Writing doesn't always have to be written. And these days, audio, video, they're also quite popular. So you might create the content using those mediums instead, and then do all the production associated with each. But writing, always something that every business is going to ultimately need. Number 9 is customer communication. So people always need help in reaching their customers. So you'll commonly find job openings in telemarketing, survey taking, general customer service, or lead generation. So if you enjoy communications, there's a lot of availability to leverage it in a professional freelance context. Finally is technical skills. So depending on your background, you likely have something that you do technically, and that requires education and skill development. A few examples are data analytics, financial modeling, engineering, architecture. The list goes on and on. Like any industry, there are people hiring. However, many times a business needs these highly technical skills only on a temporary basis for a project, as an example. So whatever your technical skill might be, there's bound to be people looking for some help in it. So anyway, these are the most common. I've personally hired many of the categories on this list as they're the type of skills that any business might need help with. However, these are just the common ones. The big message, though, is that you should not just limit yourself to the common jobs. Any field, any job, any geography can hire freelancers. So if you were to ask yourself, is freelancing possible for you? The answer is almost always yes. Explore some of the sources from our last video, or think about what you can offer a business based on your background and skills. Chances are there's an endless amount of jobs that you can be qualified for. And with freelancing, you don't have to wait to find someone seeking you. You can proactively offer value to someone else. We talk about how in our premium courses, but for the time being, we want to make you excited because we know that this is something that's possible for you.